In this video, we're going to be looking at remote desktop services for our 98365 MTA. Now, this remote desktop services, we don't need to know a lot about it. We basically need to know where it is and where you would begin to set it up, but we don't need to know really a whole lot more about it. And again, this is using the RDP protocol on 3389 port. So in server, and I believe I have a server running here. Oh yes, I still have my server running. Good. Here in server, I'm going to add a role or feature. And well, first of all, I guess I should explain what this does. Remote desktop services is not the same as remote desktop. Remote desktop is where I can log into a remote computer so that I can sit at my desk and not have to walk 2 blocks away to another building in order, in the rain, in order to do something to a server or even a client, and then walk back again. I can do it all from my desk, right, remotely. Well, remote desktop is the ability for clients all over my organization to be able to log into one standard desktop. So this is how I would set it up, or at least the beginnings of how I would set it up. And you notice when we begin this add roles and features wizard, we get down this far to the installation type, and this is the first time now that we're going to diverge. In the past, we've been choosing role-based or feature-based installation for everything, but now for the first time we have a fork in the road here, and we're going to be able to choose the right tine or the left tine of the fork. Remote desktop services installation, and that's what we would be choosing now for this installation. RDS, remote desktop services. The quick start will get us through relatively rapidly, or the standard deployment would be a little bit more manual setup. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the steps of doing this. However, I am going to give you an optional video if you would like to see it done in about I think it's a 15 to 20 minute video, not by me, but by a friend of mine, Robert McMillan, a good friend who has stood in various classes for me, and so I really appreciate this man, and he's a very clear speaker and demonstrator. And so I will put in a video by him if you'd like to watch the process. But just know you don't need to know the process of actually doing this installation. But you could just step through this thing, and then there are several things going on as you step through this that you would have to do in order to set up that desktop. Of course, once you get it done, you have to put the applications on that desktop that you want people to be able to access, so that when they log into that remote desktop on that server, they would have something that they can run. So that would be what this is all about. And by the way, I got to tell you right now that users really don't like these things very much. They tend to run slower than their own local machines. So be it. It does save a lot of footwork and legwork on the part of IT, and so as well as expense. So this is the way we often do it. There are other solutions that are similar. We will be talking about those as we go along today as well. As a matter of fact, let me get back here to this guy. We're going to be talking about multi-point services and RD gateway and VPNs and application virtualization. So those are also different ways of doing similar, not the same thing, but similar things.